Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi Skyman TV. President William Ruto is a very worried person. President William Ruto is having sleepless nights. Though the opposition is also worried, William Ruto is more worried than the opposition. There are a number of things that are giving William Ruto a nightmare. One of the issues that is disturbing William Ruto is the running mate. He doesn't know what to do with Kithure Kindiki. Kithure Kindiki has failed to attract the votes from the mountain. Kithure Kindiki has failed to divide Mount Kenya into east and west. Kithure Kindiki has failed to convince the people of Mount Kenya to follow him. This makes William Ruto even to consider having alternatives. He understands very clearly that politics is about numbers. Politics is about winning the next elections. Ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto is facing the greatest problem in his presidency. I have not seen any other president who has faced what William Ruto is currently facing. With Mount Kenya gone, with Raila Odinga giving signs that he might leave also, William Ruto has all the reason to get worried. And this actually, a number of names are also being proposed. Because if William Ruto goes with Kithure Kindiki, I can tell you that he'll be embarrassed. I'm telling you, the people of the mountain are not going to give him even 5% of the votes of the mountain. William Ruto cannot even get the 1 million votes that Raila got in 2027 from the mountain. William Ruto will be very, very lucky to get 100,000 votes from the mountain. In this case, William Ruto is trying to convince Raila Odinga to remain in the government. William Ruto will do anything to ensure Raila does not leave the broad-based government. William Ruto will do anything, and that is why you see William Ruto has been actually appointing Raila's men. The other day, he appointed Makamu Tua in his bloated advisors. He said to have more advisors than the cabinet secretaries. And then he also appointed Oburu Odiga's son. So you do anything that Raila is going to say. And this is in an effort to make Raila support him. And Raila has been promised that if that happens, Gladys Wagga is going to be William Ruto's running mate. Can they make it, ladies and gentlemen? Can Raila actually remain in ODM when the ground is speaking a different language? Can Gladys Wagga bring the much needed votes for William Ruto? That's the question. But when you look at ODM does not seem to have another alternative. If you look at those who are working, who are defending William Ruto, and that's why you see William Ruto camping in Nyanza. So don't ask why he's in Migori. He is in Migori to ensure that Nyanza gets the lion's share of even development. Anything that Raila is going to ask, I'm telling you, he'll get it. Even if we ask for John the Baptist's head in a silver plate, italetwa kichwa John italetwa kikiwa ndani ya bakuri. I think Raila Odinga, I don't know whether he's going to save William Ruto, but going by the divisions that you are seeing in ODM, it is going to be a nightmare for William Ruto. And I don't think many people in ODM are for this idea of the broad-based government. Then William Ruto is also planning to consider Musalia Mudavadi. If you look at Musalia Mudavadi was telling the Kikuyus the other day. He was in Odaya, I think, on Sunday, and he was telling the Kikuyus that they are waiting for the Kikuyus to leave the government, and the Luhya will be so happy to take that position of the deputy president. And I think Musalia Mudavadi is salivating. William Samoei Ruto understands that the Luhya votes are also very, very many. With the Luhyas coming second to the Kikuyus in terms of numbers, I think Musalia Mudavadi is a running mate, would be so attractive, even better than Gladys Wanga. And I think if William Samoei Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga can agree to have Musalia Mudavadi is the running mate, I think this one would attract more votes than when Gladys Wanga is running. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? If William Samoei Ruto was to have Musalia Mudavadi or say Gladys Wanga, when would he attract more votes? So when you look at Kithure Kindiki is a gone case. Because you see, I've said politics is just about numbers, but you cannot have somebody who is there and is not bringing votes. Then he's also said to have considered Anne Waiguru. Because you see, Anne Waiguru said that she's not going to quit politics anytime soon. And Anne Waiguru is also said to be salivating the position of the running mate. You know, as a politician, you must have ambitions. But do you think the Kikuyus can buy this idea? He's also said to be considering Irungu Kang'ata, the Murang'a governor. The reason why you would consider Irungu Kang'ata is a man on a mission. Irungu Kang'ata is loved by the people of Murang'a. Irungu Kang'ata has brought a lot of developments. Irungu Kang'ata has brought a lot of changes in Murang'a. And people are of the opinion, his advisors are of the opinion, that if he was to go for Irungu Kang'ata, maybe Irungu Kang'ata would bring more votes than Kithure Kindiki. If you ask me, going for Kithure Kindiki was not a good advice. It was a good Kithure Kindiki was not a good choice. Because you see, one, Kithure Kindiki is not a politician. Kithure Kindiki is more of a bureaucrat. It's more of an administrator. It's a scholar. But he's not a politician. That's why, you see, Kenyans can be able to differentiate between a politician and also a leader and somebody who is not a politician. So if you look at Kithure Kindiki, there's no way Kithure Kindiki is going to attract votes. Because you see, in fact, if you have to find Kithure Kindiki speaking somewhere, you just continue with your journey. You don't even bother who is speaking. Unlike when you would find somebody like Gachagua. Now, there's also this idea of having Hassan Joho, the CS of the Blue Mine, Blue whatever economy. When you look at Hassan Joho has gone ahead and declared that he's going to be on the ballot. And this one is very, very strategic. He's saying this so that William Samoei Ruto can actually start considering him. Because you see, most of these guys, after William Samoei Ruto his office, I think they are going to be irrelevant. Especially those who are actually working with William Samoei Ruto. That's why I told you that the last option William Samoei Ruto would prefer is Kalonzo, because Kalonzo would come with 2 million votes. But can Kalonzo, do you think Kalonzo accept this? Kalonzo would not accept this because, you see, Kalonzo's eyes are on the prize. Kalonzo actually has been the vice president and he doesn't see any need of actually being William Samoei Ruto's running mate. I don't know what you think, but I can tell you, William Samoei Ruto has a problem. The problem of having a running mate. Is he going to remain with Kithure Kindiki? Only time will tell. Please like the video and leave a comment. Bye-bye.